discovered naval statistics, which means our navies are much better, but eat more food supplies. As you can see, our profits have jumped quite a bit by ordering a bunch of small arms and stuff like that. I'm not sure when the guards will actually come online, because I don't have any factories yet that produce automobiles. But, yeah. Queued all of them up that I could. So we'll see when that ends up doing anything. So, technology. Well, I said I'd go for an industry one. I've been holding off on advanced metallurgy for a while, so let's queue that up. We've got hermeneutics, just some prestige. A bloody strike today in one of our states, initiated by communist troublemakers and revolutionaries, was swiftly put down by local police. This event has caused massive backlash against the socialist movement in the state, as local farmers and peasants perceive the red ideology as being vehemently opposed to the traditions and histories of civilization in general, and the Celtic Empire, or the Celtic Union, more importantly. I'd say, let us hope this will be the end of this revolutionary prattle. And then 10% become more conservative, lose one militancy, and any all gets a strike solution until a while. And our mining and farming efficiency goes up. Or we can pick the opposite, where they gain militancy and get more socialism. Well, that's stupid, so we'll get that. We got another gold rush, this time I believe in Australia. Sandy Desert, yep. That's great. Get some people in Australia. Whoa! The SS Cairo explodes. The SS Cairo, a small military steamer, mysteriously sank yesterday while on port call in a foreign harbor following a massive explosion on the starboard midship. Military intelligence suggests the explosion may have been caused by an overheated boiler. I think we've gotten this event before. We can take one of their colonies if we do this. I'm not really well equipped to do this right now. We're gonna do this. Ah, crap. I wish that had happened earlier, before I just discovered guards and got rid of most of my troops. Oh, might as well enact something, since we have the things. And yeah, that lowers my militancy, that's good. That's what I want to do, get down to here, since I'm already stuck in HM government. Whatever. We've discovered naval strike success criterion, which gives us a bit more organization for our navies. That's great. Okay, this is more serious than the last one because it's getting us into trouble with Rome. We'll fall back on this one and start influencing Rome again. Because, yeah, they switch sides. Unfortunately. Alright, looks like some of our guards are actually finishing, so that's good. And Siam has basically bisected the Guangxi clique, well, at least cut off their stuff in Indochina. So that's interesting. The Dutch have finished their colonies here. So it looks like all of Indonesia has been claimed for the moment, and most of the Pacific islands have been claimed. So basically it's just the scramble for Africa left. And I want to finish this first, and then I'll start claiming my piece of Africa. I want to at least try to get like this much, and then maybe take the stuff from Portugal. Portugal is not a secondary power, so they can't actually colonize. And it doesn't look like anybody's working over here yet. That's where Rock goes. So, but Rome is working over here, the Netherlands is working over here, and the Netherlands is working here too. This is just a big West of Sahara for East Sahara next. Just to head them off, I guess. And then try to get Sokoto and stuff like that. Let's check our focuses real quick. 17%. Looks like it's actually gone down, which is possible. Go over here. 19, 18, and 26. So these aren't being very fruitful at the moment. But yeah, at this point, just maintaining our statehood drive in India and South Africa is probably the best thing we can do right now, rather than gaining new colonies that aren't going to do us a whole lot. But the colonies will help us more in the long run. So getting, I guess, Niger would be a better. I guess it's 6 1/2 dozen the other as far as that goes. Masenia, North Cameroon. So yeah, either way, it's like two to get to Sokoto, and I'd rather claim as much of this as possible. So getting this would be better. Still trying to work our magics, I suppose, on our people over here, but not having much luck since our capital is in Africa. It's difficult to work with the European places. Oddly enough, I did get the North German Federation in my sphere pretty easily. So let's see how that is. Oddly enough, Austria-Hungary has not formed the South German Federation, even though they do have all the constituent parts. It may just be that they don't have the right amount of land. I'm not sure who that would need to take that from. Probably North Germany? Maybe Occitania. We'll see. Demonstration turns sour. Screams we heard from a workplace in one of our states, where socialist agitators have turned an ongoing labor conflict from bad to worse. Local capitalists are appalled at the liberties these revolutionaries allowed themselves with regard to how, when, and where they preach their revolutionary ideology. They're considering forming a citizen guard should the situation escalate further. We will not recommend our citizens to form protection rackets. All craftsmen in Tripoli become 20% more socialist, gain one's consciousness. All laborers become 20% more socialist and gain one consciousness, and all rich strata gain 2 militancy. We could say anything to stave off the red hydra. All rich strata become 20% more reactionary, and all craftsmen and laborers get 2 militancy. And rich strata gain 1 consciousness. What's my stuff like here? The militancy is rather low. Let's stave off the red hydra for now. Women's parliaments. A small group of women have organized an international convention on the subject of women's rights. The 2-day Cairo convention has been held, both men and women attending. But with the first day's proceedings reserved for the ladies, and with the second day devoted almost exclusively to political tactics. Although there is no unanimity between the delegates, the convention has nevertheless decided to adopt 10 resolutions which, taken together, demand women be accorded equality in matters of family law, education, property rights, jobs, religions, and moral. We can use the secret police to contain these dangerous revolutionaries, lose 5 prestige, and poor strata in Cairo gain 4 consciousness and 2 militancy. That's dangerous. Or we can applaud the parliament, express support for its cause, and gain 5.75 prestige. All pops gain 1 consciousness and become 5% more liberal. Well, liberals aren't that dangerous right now, so let's do that. Can we put a different in November 1st? Okay, so I'll do that when that comes up. Okay, it looks like Colombia has actually won this one. But chimney sweepers, I think we've gotten this before. Yeah, let's do the legislation again. So now Colombia looks all stupid again. Oh, the dangers of reactionaries. Unraveling reform. And so, it's been rightly stated, what a tangled web we weave. Nowhere was this more true than the bureaucratic mess. Our civil code has since the mess that is our civil code since the wage reforms were implemented. Members of Parliament known for their cozy relations with the Celtic Union's capitalist classes have been criticizing the minimum wage reform, which allegedly negative effects on the clarity, lucidity, and simplicity of our nation's code of laws. They claim that the system is needlessly bureaucratic and could be reformed. The reforms they suggest would, however, would mean an effective abolishment to the systems. Well, I'm not going to do this. Let's see, bloody reactionaries. All poor strata gain 1 consciousness and lose 2 militancy. Rich strata gain 1 consciousness and gain 2 militancy. This one they both get 1. This one they get. Let's favor the poor strata for now. Okay, another major discovery, Heinrich Schliemann. So we get some prestige. He's the guy who discovered Troy. And that, whatever. Oh! Estonian communists! What? The communist faction. Ooh. Well, actually, Russia is not having a lot of revolt problems, oddly enough. Yeah, the one I actually expected to go communist first was North Germany. We'll see. The Jacobites are still fighting all over Rome, but Rome seems to be dealing with stuff a little bit better now, so that's good. It's very bad for them to have rebels standing around all the time. We've really taken off in industry, so we should pretty much have a lock on things for now. But North Germany's doing pretty bad, and I'm not sure why. They must have lost a good proportion of their factories, which is odd. But maybe they're just not making any money or something. We'll see. In a few years, we'll actually see how that turns out. At the end of this month, I'm going to be switching my government type. I think I'll let somebody else have a go at it. Just for funsies. Let's put. I'm gonna put the communists in. Put the liberals in. Yeah, that's cool. And okay, this will help. Let's put it at 14-hour workday. People want that. Because of that event, the chimney sweep thing. So that's pretty cool. So we've had a patent which reduces our factory costs, and the province of Christiania defects to says no text for key country, but it defects to Scandinavia. So maybe Norway's being reabsorbed. We'll see. Look at this. Estonia's purging traitors. What jerks. Man. 5-year plans. It's like Stalin's come to power in Estonia or something. Weird. Well, that's not good. Now we're gonna have terrorist cells too. These are a form of crime. Which pops up like here. So let's find some place with some crime. I'm too effective. Don't have too many crime. North Germany has some crime. I don't think I could see it even if we did. Anyway, it pops up next to the crime thing, if there is crime. Maybe one of my Canadian colonies. Hey, take it. Nope. My police are just too, oh, there we go. Anarchic bomb throwers, right here. So there's some terrorists. The Russian Empire has broken its alliance with Japan. Wondering how that's gonna turn out. Oh right, the Netherlands is in the sphere of Japan. I remember, that's weird. They might attack them. We'll see. But it looks like somebody took the Netherlands piece of Korea. I thought they had one. Whatever. Well, yeah, because there were rebels, the pan-nationalists, took over. Looks like Scandinavia has reabsorbed Norway. Interesting. Okay, empirical interdiction reports gives us +5 naval organization for our navies. I think I'm just gonna run until 1890, and then we'll stop and see where we are then. Ooh, Wright and Langley's aeroplanes. So it activates airplanes and gives us a bonus to machine part production. I don't think I can build factories in this. No. Hopefully somebody will build one, because I don't want to switch out to another form of government right now. But, yeah. That's cool. Airplanes. Oh ho ho! Looks like Venezuela has gotten free from Occitania. So Occitania's presence in South America is no longer there. Rome still has Guyana. Asturias still has this part of Guyana, and the Papal States still has a little bit. But, yeah. Oh, and Occitania still has a little bit right here. So we'll see how that turns out. The United States is really scary now. Look at this. They've jumped up quite a bit, and they're stronger than everyone else except us. And they're not mobilized or anything. That's their normal number. And the Turkish Caliphate is pretty terrifying at number 2. Have to make sure we keep our military supremacy over them. Of course, is reclaiming or claiming the last few bits of their northern Eurasia. And yeah, pretty much just these little bits of that, this stuff up here, and then most of Africa. Hit evaluation reports, a major discovery. It gives us more hull on our ironclads. It's really cool. Not really cool. It's marginally cool. It makes it so that it's more effective. Oh ho! The U.S. has declared war on Brunei, and Russia's broken their alliance with Estonia, probably because they're dirty communists. Just doing a little bit of colonialism over here. This is a weird colony that they did right here, but I guess fair play, you know? Whatever. Okay, we got advanced metallurgy. Gives us a lot of bonuses to that. So let's do the culture one. Let's do this one. Yeah. Alright, so we've created a colony in Queensland. So, well, basically we've got 2 more to go. Might as well finish it off. Australia-wise? Yes, I do. Okay. And since it's still on the coast, might as well just ship them around rather than walking. Cool. Okay, so we've got electrical rolling techniques, which we got from metallurgy, and 5% steel production. Okay, so we've gotten the women's suffrage movement, which makes our mobilization impact minus 20%. I think that's good. I think it reduces the penalty. And the joint stock company, which reduces our factory costs further and increases our shares production output. Well, the year's turned over into 1890, and we've done a little bit. We've gotten the last speck of stupid from our empire's borders. We've gotten to work on Australia pretty good. Rome and the Netherlands are starting to claim up parts of Africa at this point, but I'm not concerned, because that's the shitty part, so they can have that. We've sphered North Germany, and are basically holding their hand while they recover. As you can see, they're back up to number 3 in military already, and industry will recover probably not as quickly, but let's get rid of... You don't like those guys. Yeah, it will recover as well as it can. So they should get back into the swing of things. Remember when they used to be number 1? Yeah. They'll probably regain great power status fairly soon. Probably within the next decade. The United States is really coming to its own now, with 1,300 industrial capacity, industrial power, I should say. And the Turkish Caliphate has been growing really quickly, and are very much on par with Rome, although Rome is still slightly ahead of them. So yeah, things are working pretty well now with them, and they've stabilized. Rome has still got a lot of Jacobite rebels, but they seem to have a hold on the situation now. There was another thing I saw that was interesting. Let's look at these rebels that we can see. These are Jacobite rebels and the NGF. I can't really see a whole lot. Oh, those are different rebels. Rioters. These ones. The Dutch communists. Now those are just colonies, so it's unlikely anything will come of that, but it's still interesting to see. These rebels. Angry rioters. Okay. And Scandinavia has reabsorbed Norway and lost this to the Netherlands. The Netherlands is really starting to have this far-flung empire. Venezuela got their freedom. The United States has become humongous. Really gotten the rest of northern Canada. Guangxi clique is slowly being eaten apart by its neighbors. And the rest of the East Indies have been colonized. Not by me. I haven't gotten any of it. Because I was a slow bee. We're almost finished with this colony. And then this colony would be the last one we need. In there. Checking our... It's 21%. 28%. 20%. Down here. 24%. So, things are moving on smoothly there. We'll probably still be finished with the Australian stuff before we get to do anything else, but yeah. We might think about making these into states too, but not at the moment. Yeah, the next few texts I think I'm gonna get, well, in 1890, I think some more stuff unlocks. No, doesn't look like a whole lot. Maybe some of this stuff unlocked, I'm not sure. Yeah. Oh. I think some of this did. So if you guys got any suggestions as far as texts go, I'm going to research biologism, then probably phenomenalism, because that's probably the last of those level of text that I need. No, business banks as well. An iron breech loaded artillery. But we have guards now, and I'm slowly been building them up. We have a huge army in England now, and the majority of it is guards. So this army can probably handle half of Europe, assuming they don't have guards themselves. And I have some more. But I haven't since a lot of my production for things like that is either in Europe or England specifically. These guys were built first, and I don't have very many guards in my other places. So we'll just have to wait and see when we get the rest of our guards. But they're building everywhere I can build them. I'll probably build a third navy. I'll have one here, and one here. And then I'm thinking about having a large transport group down here, just so we have everything covered. Australia is pretty safe, so I'm not really worried about that. So that's kind of it for this session. I said before that I was thinking about doing a Dwarf Fortress Let's Play, and I don't know, I've been thinking about the kind of things I want to do with that, and it's just something I'll probably do after I get my Star Control 3 thing going again. So let me know what you think of that. Oh, yeah, if there's anything else, any other, like, goals you want me to pursue, do you want me to do something in Europe? Like, people don't want me to have North Germany in my sphere, I can kick them out. Just leave them to their own devices, or try to help them by screwing up Hungary, or something like that. Because if I declare war on Hungary, I can get North Germany into the war by calling them when there's time. And they should probably still have a truce with them. Nope. So I could do that right now if I wanted to. But yeah, that would trigger something bad. Because, well, the United States probably wouldn't join the war against me. I think we are good relations with them. Pretty good. Should help that out a bit more. And they're involved in a war. Yeah, aside from that, I think we're good. So I'll see you next time.